Introduction. The Taliban, a radical Islamist militant group, rose to prominence in the late 20th century and early 21st century, holding a significant impact on regional and global politics. Their origins can be traced back to the geopolitical landscape of the 1980s, when the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan. This video aims to shed light on the creation of the Taliban, their sources of funding and training, and the involvement of various countries in shaping their emergence. Historical context: the Soviet-Afghan War. The roots of the Taliban lie in the Soviet-Afghan War, 1979 to 1989, during which the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan to support the communist government. The Afghan resistance, also known as the Mujahideen, fought against the Soviet forces with the backing of international actors, including the United States, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia. Funding and training of the Mujahideen. During the Soviet-Afghan War, the Mujahideen received substantial support from external sources. The United States, under President Ronald Reagan, adopted a policy of providing extensive military and financial aid to the Afghan resistance. This assistance aimed to weaken the Soviet Union's foothold in Afghanistan, which was perceived as a part of the broader Cold War struggle. The CIA, in collaboration with Pakistan's Inter-Services Intelligence (ISA) agency, played a key role in channeling funds, arms, and training to the Mujahideen, including future Taliban members. The support was funneled through Pakistan, which acted as a conduit for supplies to reach the Afghan resistance. Saudi Arabia also contributed significantly to funding the Mujahideen, with private donors from the Gulf region playing a crucial role. The birth of the Taliban. In the aftermath of the Soviet withdrawal from Afghanistan in 1989, the country plunged into a devastating civil war. Factions within the Mujahideen turned against each other, vying for control and power. Amid the chaos, the Taliban emerged as a distinct group in the early 1990s. The Taliban's core members were largely educated in religious schools in Pakistan known as madrasas, where they were taught a strict interpretation of Islam. These religious institutions played a critical role in shaping the ideology of the Taliban and attracting new recruits. Rise to power and foreign support. The Taliban's rise to power gained momentum in the mid-1990s when they managed to capture several major cities in Afghanistan. By 1996, they had taken control of Kabul, effectively controlling most of the country. Pakistan and Saudi Arabia continued to provide support to the Taliban during this period. Both countries saw the Taliban as a way to stabilize Afghanistan and protect their interests in the region. Moreover, the Pakistani authorities viewed the Taliban as a friendly government that would be conducive to their strategic depth policy vis-a-vis India. However, the international community expressed concerns over the Taliban's severe interpretation of Islamic law and human rights violations, particularly towards women and religious minorities. The Taliban's relationship with Al-Qaeda. During their time in power, the Taliban developed close ties with Al-Qaeda, a global jihadist organization led by Osama bin Laden. Al-Qaeda found a safe haven in Afghanistan under Taliban rule and conducted several high-profile attacks, including the infamous 9/11 attacks on the United States in 2001. Post-9/11 and international response. The 9/11 attacks marked a turning point for the Taliban. In response, the United States, supported by an international coalition, launched Operation Enduring Freedom in 2001, aiming to dismantle both the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. The Taliban's fall from power in 2001 did not mean their eradication. They resorted to an insurgency and gradually regained strength over the years. They continued to draw support from elements within Pakistan and other sympathetic actors in the region. Current political scenario. As of the knowledge cutoff in September 2021, the Taliban had retaken control of Afghanistan in August 2021, following the withdrawal of United States troops from the country. This development raised concerns about human rights, regional stability, and the potential re-emergence of Afghanistan as a safe haven for terrorist organizations. Conclusion. The Taliban's creation, funding, and training were deeply intertwined with the geopolitical dynamics of the Soviet-Afghan War and the Cold War. The group's rise to power in Afghanistan was significantly shaped by external support from countries like the United States, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia. The aftermath of their rule had far-reaching consequences, with implications still felt in the political landscape of Afghanistan and the wider world. Understanding the historical origins of the Taliban can offer valuable insights into addressing the complex challenges posed by militant groups in the modern era. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like my channel, please hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment to support me.